Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to see the V model concept. This is very important concept to understand. So I will request you all to go through the video till the end. So today's agenda, we are going to see V model phases and explanation. What is verification? Examples. Advantage of verification. What is validation? Examples. Advantage of validation. Why is verification and validation important and the key differences? So starting with V model. V model means verification and validation model. It is the next version of waterfall model. Here each phase must be completed before the next phase starts. So as in the diagram you can see the left arm is known as verification and right arm is known as validation. So and the whole diagram looks like a V shape and hence the name has been given as V model. So let's start with the verification phase. Verification phase starts with the requirement analysis. So this is the first phase in the development cycle where the product requirements are understood from the customer perspective. The phase involves detailed communication with the customer to understand his expectation and exact requirement. Henceforth, an acceptance criteria layout is prepared to correlate the task done during the development process with the final outcome of the overall effort. Then comes the system requirement analysis. System analysis include hardware and software, different tools. In the system analysis, preparing all the documents, basically system analysis involves techniques that allow you to understand how a system works. Then comes the system design. System design is the phase where system engineers analyze and understand the business of the proposed system by studying the user requirements document. They figure out possibilities and techniques by which the user requirement can be implemented. If any of the requirements are not feasible, the user is informed of the issue, a resolution is found, and the user requirement document is edited accordingly. So the software specification document which serves as the blueprint for the development phase is generated, and this document contains the general system organization, menu structures, data structure, etc. It may also hold example business scenarios, sample windows report for the better understanding. Other technical documentation like entry diagrams, data dictionary will also be produced in this phase. The documents for system testing are prepared. Then comes the low level design. This is the phase where the actual software components are designed. It defines the actual logic for each and every component of the system. Class diagram with all the methods and relation between classes comes under low level design. Component tests are created in this phase as well. Simultaneously, unit test design planning is done. And the last phase in this verification model comes the coding. Till this phase, all the planning has been done, and here the developers start building the application according to requirement. The next phase comes the validation phase, which starts with unit testing. Here, unit tests are basically written and executed by software developers to make sure that code meets its design and requirements and behave as expected. The goal of unit testing is to segregate each part of the program and test that the individual parts are working correctly. Integration system testing, the model component tested alone should also work when they are connected together. So that is the integration testing. System testing, in system testing the behavior of whole system product is tested and find out whether system is working as expected or not. So in this case, all the system test cases, functional test cases and non-functional test cases are executed. And the last phase comes the user acceptance testing. UAT testing happens before releasing the software in a real environment. UAT testing is important because developer read the requirement document and based on his own understanding, developer develop the software which may not actually be what the client needs from the software. So let's see what is verification. It is a low level activity. Verification is done at the starting of the development process, and verification is the process of checking that a software achieved its goal without any bugs. It is a process to ensure whether the product that is developed is right or not. It verifies whether the developed product fulfills the requirement that we have. Verification is static testing, so it includes reviews and meetings, walkthroughs, inspections, etc. to evaluate documents, plan, code, requirements, and the specification. So verification means are we building the right, are we building the product right? So let's see example through an example. Suppose you are building a chair. So here the verification is about checking all the parts of the chair, whether all the four legs are of correct size or not. If one leg of chair is not of the right size, it will imbalance the end product. Similar behavior is also noticed in case of software product or application. If any feature of software product or application is not up to the mark, or if any defect is found, then it will result into failure of the end product. Hence, verification is very important. Let's see what are the advantages of software verification. Verification helps in lowering down the count of the defect in the later stages of development. Verifying the product at the starting phase of the development will help in understanding the product in a better way. It reduces the chances of failures in the software application or product. It helps in building the product as per the customer's specification and needs. Now let's say what is validation. It is a high level activity. Validation is done at the end of the development process and takes place after verifications are completed. Validation is basically done by the tester during the testing. Validation is the process of checking whether the software product is up to the mark, or in other words, product has high level requirement. It is the process of checking the validation of product, that is, check what we are developing is the right product. It is the validation of actual and expected product. So here validation is the dynamic testing. So validation means are we building the right product? Example to quote is from healthcare perspective. Suppose you're developing a blood pressure measuring machine. How you're developing each functionality is checked by verifying each and every requirement implementation. And whether this is actually checking blood pressure in the right fashion as required is done using validation. Maybe clinical experts, doctors, etc., and both are done during the entire development cycle. Let's see the advantage of software validation. During validation, if some defects are missed, then during validation process, it can be caught as failures. If during verification some specification is misunderstood and development had happened, then during validation process, while executing that functionality, the difference between the actual results and expected results can be understood. Validation is done during testing like feature testing, integration testing, system testing, load testing, compatibility testing, stress testing, etc. It helps in building the right product as per the customer requirement and helps in satisfying their needs. So now let's see why is verification and validation important. These are the two important aspects of software quality management. Verification gives the answers to the question whether the software is being developed in a right way, and validation provides the answer whether the right software is being produced. In a nutshell, verification denotes precision, whereas validation indicates value of the end of final product. Verification and validation is an important steps used in various processes in development in different industries. Now comes the difference between verification and validation. So in verification includes checking documents, design, codes and programs. Whereas in validation it includes testing and validating the actual product. Verification is the static testing, validation is the dynamic testing. Verification does not include the execution of the code, whereas validation includes the execution of the code. Methods used in verification are reviews, walkthroughs, inspection, and test checking, whereas methods used in validation are black box testing, white box testing, and non functional testing. Verification checks whether the software conforms to specifications or not. Whereas in validation, it checks whether the software meets the requirement and expectation of a customer or not. Verification, it can find the bugs in the early stage of the development. Validation, it can only find the bugs that could not be found by the verification process. Here, the goal of verification is application and software architecture and risk specification. Here, the goal of validation is the actual product. Quality assurance team does verification, whereas validation is executed on software code with the help of testing team. Verification, it comes before validation, whereas validation, it comes after verification. So that's all for today video. Hope you like this video, and if it was helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.